What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Martin, aka Level here, back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have requested this many times, and right now just seems like the perfect time, right? BTS Hardships 2013 all the way to 2021. Racism, mistreatment, accusations, and more struggles throughout the years that the boys unfortunately had to face. Again, I always wish the boys nothing but good health and happiness. But alas, that's not always the case for them. And especially a group that only preaches love and positivity. Somehow hate always seems and manages to find them. But that's okay. It's made them into the strong, amazing men that we know today. The ones that we admire and love, and the ones that definitely have changed my life. So I figured we react to this video. You guys have been asking for this one specifically, the one by X Celeste. So I figured we go ahead and watch it. Let's react to it. 30 minutes. Don't even care. I see how long it is. It seems very interesting. And I am also very curious and wanting to watch this as well. Shout out to the homie J-Hope. He is actually, as I am recording this, because it's pretty late, he is actually on Jimmy Fallon, The Tonight Show tonight, performing with Miguel and stuff. So as soon as those videos come out, I will be getting those out to you, so don't you worry. But let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into it. If you guys can please hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And without any further ado, let's get into BTS Hardships 2013 to 2021 by X Celeste.
This video was not made in order to relive the sadness or to hold grudges against others. This video was made to remind us that BTS didn't rise to success without facing hurdles, and these events have created a stronger bond between BTS and ARMY.
Of course.
June 13, 2013. BTS were only able to debut because the scheduled performers cancelled. BTS was a filler. Even after debuting, they couldn't get much airtime. Their performances were either shortened, cut from broadcasts, or not uploaded for online consumption, due to their company's lack of clout at that time.
저 당시에는
와.
네, 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요. 방송을 막 사람 다 차 있으면 우리 못 나오고 그럴 때도 있었어.
저 때 한밤에 이게 나가게 된 게 되게 약간 우리가 막 그랬었어. 막 그때 그랬어요.
되게 중요한
진짜
거고.
신기한 거고 되게 약간 원래 그렇게 따로 인터뷰 잘 안 해주시는데 막 그때 그런 기억이 나요.
저희를 구원해 주신 거죠?
From sleeping in one bedroom to using their own staff as extras,
제 매니저 보이잖아.
to recording an album in a garage.
Yo, all this, bro. She said, you know, it's hard because she said at the beginning, like, you know, this isn't a video to relive the sad moments and stuff like that, but just bring attention to it. It's kind of hard not to when you see stuff like this, bro. I can't even lie to y'all. I've seen a lot of content with BTS over the last year. Shout out to Bora. This is the first time on Bora's live stream that I ever saw this. I did not know about this. This is so sad, and this breaks my heart. Look at how far they come with what little they had in the beginning. They didn't need much. They just needed a few pieces of equipment and a chance. Just one chance. And she talked about the only reason they got booked is because that one group just for some reason couldn't make the scheduled time. That was their one chance. That was the one chance. They didn't need much at all, but a few pieces of equipment and just one chance. They were destined for greatness. They were destined for greatness, and I will always say that, and I will continue to say that. An opportunity like that doesn't come but maybe once in a lifetime. And it came for them. And when it was time for their debut and they performed on that show, they took advantage of every bit of that opportunity. Where one thing like that can lead to another and to another and to another and to another and so forth and so forth. Kind of like a domino effect. They just needed that one chance. But looking at this absolutely breaks my heart. I mean, this is so sad. This is someone's garage. You want to talk about started from the bottom, now we're here? Oh my God. Like this is so motivational. This is if for anybody who has a dream, isn't sure how to accomplish that dream, or even know where to start. It doesn't take much. This picture is a perfect example of telling you it does not take much. But passion, hard work, dedication, all those things may seem cliche a little bit, right? But this picture right here is a perfect representation of starting with nothing and accomplishing your dream, right? Because of the hard work, and now their whole career again is another representation of it's not easy. You're gonna take on some battles on the way, right? But that's what it takes to be successful. That's that's what it literally takes. Sometimes it may not be as hard, in a sense of maybe you won't have to go through to the full extent of what BTS has had to go through, because they've gone through hell, but it ain't easy. You want to reach a goal or a dream, you're gonna have to fight. And they don't went through hell, but seeing something like this shatters my heart. This shatters my heart. But they were probably so excited about this bit of equipment, just being able to record their own voices, make their own music. Who cares where they were recording at? Who cares with what little equipment they had? It was enough. I can tell you, based off of how I know the boys or what I've learned over the last year, they were proud of this bit of equipment. They were grateful for this one computer, these few speakers, this couple mics and soundproofing that they have right here. They were proud and grateful for what they had.
Garage. These were just a few things BTS experienced early on in their careers due to their company's limited budget.
지드래곤 선생님이 막 말 걸어주신 거 이렇게 옷에 쓰여 있는 거 무슨 뭐냐고 돈 없어가지고 16,000원짜리 후드티 프린팅 해가지고 뭔지 몰라가지고 말을 못해야 되겠었는데 아무튼.
Because some of the members came from an underground rap background, but ultimately chose the path of becoming idols, they were often disrespected.
사실 남준이가 언더에서 활동을 했다고 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그러면은 이제 언더 매니아, 힙합 매니아라고 하는 사람들은 그런 거를 당연히 안 좋게 보죠.
아, 지네 음악도 안 하고 그냥 회사에서 시키는데도 노래 받아서 춤이나 추는 것들이 무슨 가수냐, 니네 무슨 아티스트냐, 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told RM and Suga that they were on the right path, but strayed away and were no longer considered real rap hip-hop artists, deeming them girls for wearing makeup.
방탄소년단에 대해서 사실 다 집어서 말하는 거 아이돌을 부릅니다. 네, 맞습니다. 힙합이 아니다. 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 이제 분장을 한다는 거, 어떤 메이크업을 하는 거, 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
분장 그런 게 아니라 여자.
What? I'll shut the front door.
BTS were being told by several people they would never make.
Even the people that were around, like when he says that, RM kind of has to do like a double take. Like you could tell he's going to say something. He's like, what did you know? And then you can hear everybody's reaction. When everybody else reacts that way, you done said something out of pocket, right? Even if you don't think that it was out of pocket at the time, you were just making an observation, stating your opinion. When people respond like that at one time, the disrespect, bro. And to get it at such an early age, again, we all know that they've gotten many levels of disrespect from all angles. I hate this interview anytime it comes up. I've never seen the full thing, and I don't have to, and I want to, but I don't have to, in a sense of what I get here tells me everything I need to know. The disrespect is unbelievable. And I've seen Bora's video, and I've reacted to Bora's video about how BTS was just kind of how they were kind of just expected to just take the disrespect, right? Because they were minors, and they were looking up, taking that disrespect from their superiors, and it's almost like they're supposed to take it. They changed the whole dynamic. They changed how things used to be into how and kind of shaped it into how it's supposed to be now, right? How it should have been the entire time, showing love, showing that respect to everybody, regardless of whether you're, younger or older, just showing that love and positivity to everybody. They changed the way of thinking for the culture, and and gladly, thank you. I mean, somebody had to do it. If anybody was going to do it, it had to be them. But anytime I see this interview, it definitely always, excuse my language, it just pisses me off. You were literally called them a girl for wearing makeup. And I said this in the past when I first seen this reaction. Anybody who's famous wears makeup. Anybody, celebrities, actors, actresses, singers, any artist, when they perform, wears makeup. Unless like there's just like this hardcore person that, don't want to cover a blemish because, I mean, for whatever reason, who cares? I don't know. Everybody wears makeup. Everybody he probably looks up to as a celebrity, artist, or whoever that's famous probably wears makeup. I don't know, bro. Like see, my emotions are getting wild up again. I hate seeing stuff like this, man. I absolutely hate it. This is why y'all wanted me to watch this.
메이크업을 하는 거에 대한 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
What? I'll shut the front door.
BTS were being told by several people they would never make it because they came from a small agency. Big Hit Entertainment was at one point near bankruptcy and didn't have the financial power to promote and push BTS the way other companies could with their own groups. In 2014, Suga shared his story about battling depression since pre-debut days. Suga continues to discuss and bring awareness to mental health through his work. Until now, BTS has continuously been transparent about their darkest thoughts and feelings, not just through their music, but also their very public personas.
Yeah.
February 2014. BTS were accused of copying the schoolboy concept for Boy in Love, which came out shortly after another group released their music video, even though the concept is a popular choice amongst young boy bands. April 2014. During a variety show, the host confronted them about this plagiarism accusation.
수와 겹친 교복 패션 왜 하필입니까? 원망했나요?
사실 저희가 말씀드릴 수
예, 얘기 천천히
저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요.
예.
그래가지고 언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 미묘하게 시기가 겹쳐가지고.
Throughout their careers, they've been constantly criticized for plagiarism, often for outfits, props, concepts, and hair colors that are ordinary not just in K-pop, but the expansive world of visual arts. November 2014. Hashtag kick out J-Hope.
Can I be honest about something? As far as like certain things, like I kind of want to just back up here. Let's start with this one. Let's start with the elephant in the room for me, which is if this is plagiarizing or stealing someone else's idea, I'm not gonna lie. Whoever this dude is, he ain't the first person I've ever seen with this colored hair. He ain't. Like, it's kind of a thing that people in K-pop like dye their hair different colors. So who did this guy steal it from? Obviously, they're trying to say that Jimin stole this person's hair color. So who did he get it from? Because I guarantee this person got it from inspiration from somebody else, who got it from inspiration from somebody else, who probably got it from inspiration from somebody else. Most of the time we see fashion, we see certain hairstyles, we see something. It's not necessarily stealing. You're just like, oh, that looks good. I bet you that could look good on me. Like, I don't get it. Is he the founder of this hairstyle? Right? Because in K-pop specifically, like I've noticed even since the day they were young, they constantly change their hair colors. And it wasn't just them. You see them at award shows surrounded by other groups. There's other groups with people who have different colored hair. It's a trend to just color your hair, it seems like, in K-pop. I'm not saying that is the trend, but it's a common thing. There's usually like one or two people in the group who have a colored hairstyle, right? And I don't get this. Like, this I don't understand. They're trying to say, like, I guess he copied the hair color or something. Like, I bet, where did this dude get it from? Or did he just come up with it? Because I don't understand that. That I don't understand. Yeah, we all remember the time, and some people still do it now, but back in the day, like when people used to wear skinny jeans and stuff like that, or, you know, there's just kind of certain points throughout different eras where things become a common trend, or I guess the 90s as well, bright colors, you know, stuff like that. In early 2000s, like baggy clothes, right? Wearing jerseys. A little bit later than the early, you know, a little bit later, like kind of early teens of the 2000s, people wearing skinny jeans and stuff like that. It's not that we were copying each other. It was just a trend. It was what was hot, right? We were all wearing that kind of stuff, right? I don't get it. Because he shares the same hair color as someone else, he's copying? I don't get that at all. Like, multiple people can make that thing look good without it saying it's copying. I don't get that at all. Let's go to the second thing that I want to talk about. The air balloon thing. Is it similar? Yeah. But you automatically have to assume that they're plagiarizing for it. Like, imagine if this was an idea that they had drawn up for a long time, right? Before they even had it started making the album. I'm not scrapping my idea because someone else did it. Like, if this was my idea and someone managed to beat me to it before I got to it, I'm not scrapping it. This is something that I had envisioned already. You know what I'm saying? Like, or this was just our theme. This is what we wanted to do. I don't understand why anything just automatically has to go to plagiarizing. I don't know where exactly it's at, but she kind of just showed it that multiple people were doing like the schoolboy look. Again, it was probably what was hot at that time. It was probably what was popping. Like, it's what's trendy. Like, can we hop on that wave too and not make it seem like plagiarism? Like, just to appeal, like certain people will do that. And we see lots of movies and artists through their music appeal through something like that, maybe through their music videos or through movies. They'll incorporate something to appeal to the younger audience. It's like Kai Cenat right now, who's probably the biggest live streamer on Twitch or whatever, right? People know that the kids love him, right? He's a very popular streamer. He's in a lot of commercials. People are going to incorporate him because it's what's trendy. It's what's hot right now. They're trying to appeal to certain demographics and certain cultures and people and of all ages. You know what I'm saying? It's not plagiarism. We're just hopping on that trend, it seems like. Or like I said, they had an idea, and before they could fully complete said idea, some other group just happens to do it. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to scrap my idea and start back from zero. We're going to go with and pull through with what it is that what we've been working on. I'm not going to scrap it just because they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't made it 5 minutes into the video and I'm already pissed off.
World of visual arts. November 2014. Hashtag kick out J-Hope BTS trended on Twitter, calling J-Hope ugly and untalented. The trend became popular enough that their friend and supervisor from their reality show American Hustle Life, Tony Jones, tweeted out saying, "Every member is needed and talented."
Thank you.
Jin stepped in by telling ARMYs to cheer up and that all of them were working hard. ARMYs got together and trended hashtag J-Hope you're perfect to comfort him. May 2015. BTS finally won their first music show with their song I Need You 2 years after their debut, but were accused of 사재기. This is when companies buy back albums to boost external sales records.
And it was proven wrong.
But this was when their company was barely surviving financially, making the claims groundless. May 2015. V was accused of mocking another idol group after they won a music show and were accepting the trophy. People began to send him death threats. However, he wasn't mocking them at all. V was known to be a fan of this group and was singing their song out of excitement. He apologized on Twitter for the misunderstanding and provided screenshots showing that he would always listen to this song before bed.
I didn't know that. I didn't know about that one. I did not know about that one. Death threats? Like, it's one thing to attack somebody on the internet, which, by the way, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's definitely wrong. You should never attack anybody off social media. People who attack other people on social media just literally are spineless. You have no backbone. You're a coward. And because you thought he was mocking somebody, you assume. You know what happens when you assume? You know what my grandpa used to tell me? Don't ever assume, Martin. You know why? And I was like, why, Grandpa? And he was like, read the first 3 letters of assume. That's why you don't assume, because you make an ass of yourself when you do, right? Again, I apologize. I don't like to cuss. I do a lot better, but this is freaking ridiculous. You thought he was mocking somebody when he wasn't. He was a big fan. He showed that to you. And your response, your immediate response for a lot of people was death threats. Let that sink in. That is what? That was your first response. Like I said, it's one thing to come at somebody negatively on the internet. That's already bad. That's already terrible. But for some of you, that wasn't enough. You went immediately to death threats. Shout out to the homie V. And like the boys primarily do a lot of the time, like I said, a lot of the time they fire back. They play the bigger person in the high road. And a lot of times I wish they wouldn't, but it's who they are. And it's what makes them special. A lot of times I want to be like, hell no, RM, slap the hell out of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we fight as armies the battles, we take on that battle for them. And I'm gladly will stand in front with all of you to protect them and to fight for them. So that when they do choose to take the high road, just because they choose to take the high road does not mean that I have to take the high road. That is freaking ridiculous, bro. Again, I know why y'all wanted me to watch this. Y'all wanted to piss me off. And right before bed. Being the beautiful person that V is, despite the death threats and probably all the negative comments that he got over the internet, first thing he went to do was go apologize. You want to talk about being the bigger person? You want to talk about being a beautiful person? He could have lashed out on the internet. He didn't have to respond at all. He apologized. Killing people with kindness, I say it all the time, is sometimes the best response that you can have. And in this case, he was being sincere. He didn't mean any harsh feelings. He only wants to be kind and positive. He apologized. What a beautiful person. I don't know.
July 2015, BTS abruptly halted their concert, The Red Bullet, in New York due to death threats towards RM. All related fan activities were also subsequently cancelled. Attendees of the show were forced to leave the venue, where there was a strong presence of security and police at the scene.
Sorry. We love you.
RM also received another death threat for another upcoming show in Mexico later that month. July 2016, people began to debate over alleged misogynistic lyrics and tweets from BTS.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
This led to the members and the company reflecting back on their actions. BTS's agency, Big Hit Entertainment, responded with an apology and a promise to do better. Consequently, the band grew from this lesson and have since released feminist overtures such as 21st Century Girl, and in 2019 responded to their 2014 single Boy in Love with Boy with Love, a collaboration with Halsey. RM has said that since the incident, he pays closer attention to the lyrics he writes, reading newspapers and books to study the social phenomena.
Which, again, being a creative artist, again, you think he's misogynistic? You think any of these boys are misogynistic? Hell no. Let me answer that for you. No. For anybody who's not in Army, who's maybe happens to be watching, absolutely not. I will tell you, you don't have to believe me, but if you did your research and you grew to learn and love the boys like I have, no. Nobody would ever believe that. Nobody in their right mind, let me say that, when they wrote that specific song, again, he is, as well as Suga and everybody else, a creative genius. RM, when it comes to the lyrics, is a creative genius. And as he writes, that's his art, man. Little did he know people were going to pick and choose and manipulate the words from what he intended into something completely out of left field. And now he just knows he just has to be a little bit more careful, because there are people who are hating out there waiting for just the wrong, even a lyric that just may look controversial. Oh, they're going to pick that apart. They're going to pick, and he's not giving him the reason to. He's not giving him any chance to do that now. People are...
After he finishes writing lyrics, he consults experts of women's studies to objectively examine the lyrics.
Wow.
May 2016.
It just keeps going,
During their epilogue concert, aunties began to use the hashtag plagiarism Boy Scouts. Multiple fandoms teamed up to trend this hashtag in Korea. BTS saw this, and the media latched on. June 2016. During the variety show Flower Crew, Jungkook arrived at the filming location with a bag of hamburgers for his cast members,
I don't want to see
hoping to break
this.
the ice. One of the cast members made rude comments and turned Jungkook's offer away.
거짓말하고 느낌이 딱 먹다 남긴 느낌인데. 아니 새 거예요. 진짜 새 거예요. 야.
BTS has since filmed another variety show with the same host, and spirits seem high. September 2016, aunties made yet another project called Break Wings Project to try to sabotage their comeback in October. The project was caught and stopped once comments on YouTube broadcasting the project were put on blast. Wings then went on to sell 16,000 units in its first week, appearing at number 26 on the US Billboard 200 chart, setting the then highest record for a K-pop album and making BTS the first and only K-pop act at that time to log 3 entries on the Billboard 200.
Wow.
Because of this, aunties took strategic pictures of non-armies and claimed that there was no line in stores that sold physical albums. October 2016. During the Busan One Asia Festival, fans were told a couple hours before the broadcast that BTS were no longer appearing because one member was absent from an injury. Even though a countless number of fans were already present at the event venue and BTS was ready and willing to perform.
And they did.
BTS ended up performing for the fans who attended the event and waited all day, but it was at the end of the event with leftover confetti, no proper lighting, and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken. October.
Not only for the fans, we all know who's missing here. You do it for him as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, they needed to go out there not only for their fans, for themselves, but for their brother who's not here with them at this time. But especially Army. Army has waited for them. You see the Army bomb down here? You see it. They don't care if it's one fan or 100,000 fans. They give it their all every time. And they owe it to their fans who they love and appreciate so much to come out here and put on a show. And that's how, I'm not saying that's how I think they should feel. That's how they do feel. You see this Army bomb over here. I think this is one over here. And you see this one over here. They know their fans are here. They don't care if it's raining outside and it's pitch black. They're going to go out there and perform for us. And I say it all the time. Name another group that would do it. Name another artist that would do it. Other artists would throw a fit and be like, oh, hell no. If there's going to not be like hardly any lying and we ain't going to get no confetti on it, I'm not going out there then. Not them. I bet you they didn't even think twice about it. If I ever had a doubt in my mind, like, what if do they really love us? No, they do. Here it is right here. This is all I need. This is the only example I need.
Lighting and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken. October 2016.
By the way, whoever was in charge of that event, shame on you.
During BTS's Blood, Sweat and Tears promotion in South Korea, BTS wasn't given a waiting room at the broadcast center. So the members made do and practiced, got dressed, and did makeup in front of the bathrooms. They would practice non-stop without resting, greeting other staffers who were going to the bathroom, and other idol groups would openly look down on them. This comment was left under a video uploaded by Wei, a member from Crayon Pop. Wei responded, "Yes, that's right. All I remember is their hard work and efforts. I especially haven't forgotten RM's voice practicing Japanese. November 2016. V made a heartfelt announcement during their muster that his beloved grandmother had passed away. Auntie saw this as an opportunity to twist his narrative and intentions, sending him death threats and accusing him of using her passing as a ploy for attention.
Bro, you can't even make this up. Yes, our boy's a little bit more sensitive than most, of course. So am I. That doesn't make us weak. That doesn't make it soft. I'm very, y'all have seen me cry on the channel. There are just some things that just get to me. I can't help it. I cannot help it. This dude is being vulnerable, sharing his emotions and his feelings. He didn't have to go and say that. But it's something that means a lot to him. It's something that hurts his heart. He's hurt right now. And maybe the only, besides his teammates, Army's the only other person that he wants to lean on for strength. Maybe he needs us. He needs that additional strength, that additional push and energy. And the first thing some of you went and did was death threats? Again? Where did I miss a step? Where the hell does that make sense?
November 2016, Big Hit released a formal statement about taking legal actions regarding malicious rumors, false statements, and personal attacks against BTS. The company continues to pursue legal actions against perpetrators to this day, enforcing a strict no settlement and leniency policy. November 2016. Fans of another group were upset that BTS won Album of the Year at the Melon Music Awards, claiming it was done out of charity and that miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher. Audio of the conversation was released.
그거 이제 그 상에 해당하는 앨범들을 해가지고 계산한 게 있는데 그러면은 저희가 보는 거랑 뭐 멜론 내부에서 보는 거랑 그러면은 데이터가 아예 다르다는 소린가요?
아니요, 똑같으시고요. 고객께서 보셨던 거는 차트랑
네.
그리고 스트리밍 그 실시간 그 앨범 자체가 나오고 나서 순간 차트에 대한 그런 데이터를 아십니까?
Right.
그건 아닌 것 같아요.
고객께서 보신 전체 데이터 수치는 아마 보시기 어려우실 거예요. 그 데이터는 로에만 갖고 있고요. 고객께서 봤던 정리를 어떤 식으로 진행하셔가지고 어떤
Delusional,
식으로
that's how.
고객님께서 정리해서 보신 거는 그 차트 반영에 관한 내용들이고요.
네.
그 부분이 아니라 1년 동안 고객님들께서 스트리밍 돌리시고 앨범을 산 그 이용권 말고 많은 대중들이 전체적으로 그 됐잖아요.
네.
그거에 대한 결과 전체 음원 합산 전수예요. 내부적으로 고객께서 지금 생각하신 게 혹시 내부적 이게 비리가 있는 건 아니냐라고 생각이 드실 수 있는데요.
네.
뭐 제가 말씀드릴 수 있는 부분은 비리 전혀 없으시고요. 방탄이 1년 동안 보다 스트리밍 수가 많이 받아서 상을 받았다라고 생각하시면 되십니다.
You lost. Suck it, loser.
February 2017.
Nah, just play. I'm off that. I'm off that. I'm
BTS
sorry.
were accused of
I was frustrated.
plagiarism after their performance at the Gaon Chart Music Awards. The part in question was when the no signal bars on screen resembled another group's past stage. To make matters worse, the creative director of the group in question created a post on Instagram with the captions,
Y'all have seen me use the no signal bars in a lot of my videos. Here, I'll incorporate one now. Oops, I just plagiarized that other group. Sorry.
our hard work. And siblings of the group liked that post. Gaon Charts eventually posted an official statement in regards to the accusation, admitting that their own production team was in charge of the graphics, not Big Hit. BTS has not attended or performed at Gaon Chart Music Awards since, only pre-taping acceptance speeches. March 2017. Death threats were made against BTS, with their target being Jimin this time. This threat happened during their world tour, and Big Hit addressed this threat, increasing security around the venues. December 2017. Fans of a different group were so outraged by the results at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards that they filed a petition under the Blue House, the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state.
You lost, suck
They
it, loser.
requested MAMA to be abolished because BTS won, crashing the Blue House petition website, which was meant for the South Korean citizens only, with traffic from overseas. May 2018, Jimin once again received death threats, this time during their Love Yourself tour in Fort Worth. Police tweeted soon afterwards that they were investigating the threat. November 2018. On November 7, a South Korean court ordered a Japanese company to compensate them for wartime labor during Japan's colonial rule of the Korean peninsula. The next day, Japan's TV's Asahi's music station announced that they have cancelled BTS's appearance on their show, slated for November 9th, due to a recently resurfaced screenshot of a member wearing a t-shirt depicting a photo of an atomic bomb and of Koreans celebrating their independence from Japan. The band subsequently became attacked by the extreme conservatives in Japan, and the news was picked up by the Western media.
바로 저 사건은 방탄소년단이 입었던 티셔츠가 직접적인 문제가 됐다기보단 그건 빌미였고 사실은 강제징용 배상 판결에 대한 이 보이콧을 하고 싶어하던 일본의 어떤 그 멘탈리티가 그대로 표현된 거다라고 생각을 할 수 있는데 그래서 그 5개 대륙에 그러니까 전 세계에 걸쳐서 살고 있는 특히 이제 한국 번역을 하는 한국 아미들이 주축이 돼서요 20몇 명의 아미가 온라인으로 모여서 이 사건이 도대체 어떤 정치적 배경에서 나왔는가, 어떤 역사적 배경에서 출현한 건가, 그리고 지금 그 전 세계에서 쏟아내고 있는 기사들이 어디가 어떻게 잘못된 건가 팩트 체크를 다 하면서 이 2차 세계대전에 대한 어떤 그 자료들을 다 모아서 백서, 화이트 페이퍼.
Damn, Army, y'all would've got data. Yo, shout out Army. This is why I'm part of this fandom. I love it.
프로젝트를 발간합니다.
영문으로 해서 저렇게 한 거예요?
예, 영문과 한국어 동시에 다 볼 수 있는데 분량이 166쪽 정도 돼요.
The impact of a t-shirt.
April 2019. During BTS's global press conference for Map of the Soul Persona, a reporter bluntly asked BTS about past plagiarism allegations.
사실 제가 그 윙스하고 피땀 눈물 언급했던 거는 그때
I remember this.
뭐 문제가 됐던 내용.
Because JK makes like a little smirk right here.
표절인가? 그 프랑스 작가분께서 언급하셨던
right
그
there.
부분을 언급해서 여쭤본 거였고요.
That's my dog.
그거에 대해서 그냥 뭐 질문이 좀 불편할 수는 있겠지만.
And then Suga gives like one of the most legendary responses of the century. He don't need to say much, but what he says it all.
답변을 좀 듣고 싶은 부분 때문에 질문을 드렸습니다.
네, 그건에 대해서는 저희 회사에서 이제 저희 회사 법무팀에서 작가님이랑 이야기를 하고 있고요. 저희 의견, 저희 생각도 회사랑 동일하다고 생각을 하고 있습니다. 네, 그 건에 대해서는 회사에서 지금 처리를 하고 있기 때문에 뭐 결과가 나오면 알겠죠. 네, 감사합니다.
Netizens later uncovered an article written by a reporter of the same name on another entertainment company's news website. April 2019. SBS Inkigayo excluded BTS's Boy With Love out of its charts for the song's first eligible week. Questions about the criteria used by the music show were raised, while SBS continued to claim the calculation period did not fit with BTS's album release time. To this, Dispatch compared BTS to another group who also released a song on the same day. That group entered the rankings and took its first win for their song that week, while BTS were left out of the rankings entirely. December 2019. JTBC reported that BTS went against their own agency and planned to file a lawsuit against Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit pulled out receipts and released a lengthy statement on behalf of Big Hit Entertainment, BTS, and the members' families. They called the media company's journalism practices into question, stating, We have not only the video that JTBC used for the first report, but also the CCTV video that recorded the footage of the journalist breaking into our company. December 2019. NBC is accused of abusing their power to purposely prevent other groups under Big Hit Entertainment from appearing at their year-end show, after BTS chose to appear on the US's NBC New Year's Rockin' Eve countdown in New York City instead of NBC's year-end program. According to Osen, multiple industry sources shared, ever since October, when BTS's side told NBC that BTS would not be appearing on NBC's year-end music festival, it has been difficult for singers associated with Big Hit Entertainment to appear on NBC. It is already an openly known fact in the industry. January 2020.
Bro, do y'all notice?
For 29 years,
the hate just continues. It's never goddamn ending. She keeps saying, and some of the time it's going from like 1 month to the next, 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 to the next. It's ridiculous, bro. It's gotta stop at one point. Holy hell. And you would think like, oh, they're off in the military. Like the hate's calmed down a little bit, right? No. I just have to accept that they're gonna get hate until the end of time, because there are just people who just hate them for no damn reason. But damn, dude, it's 1 month to the next month, to the next month, to the next month, to the next month. Like, holy hell, can they have a breath of fresh air without getting so much damn hate and negative energy?
The Seoul Music Awards only had one grand prize, also
I can
known
feel my
as
heart
a
racing. I'm
daesang.
getting flustered
But
again.
in 2020, they created a second daesang for digital music. BTS won the daesang for physical music only, even though their stats proved that they should have also gotten the daesang for digital music as well. BTS did not appear in person to accept the award and has only sent in video acceptance speeches since. July 2020, Naver, the Google of South Korea, reportedly invested over $80 million into another entertainment company after losing out on profits from BTS, who chose to hold an online concert through Weverse, a mobile app and web platform developed by Big Hit Entertainment.
Yeah.
BTS earned at least $21 million in ticket revenue, according to an analyst at securities firm. He stated, Naver lost BTS, the most popular IP of K-pop, and must have felt the need to invest in entertainment to form a stable relationship. Since 2017, fans have noticed that South Korean platforms such as Naver and media journalists were ignoring and downplaying BTS's achievements. Popular websites hardly posted anything about them, nor did they feature BTS on their front pages. Music critic Kim Young-dae and popular political commentator...
Isn't it crazy when your own country, your own town, right? Your own people don't even acknowledge you. That sucks. I don't know what that's like, but I don't want to know what that. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, where they should be celebrating and acknowledging such achievements. They don't. That's sad.
Kim Oh-jun recently discussed this issue.
그 뉴스의 크기에 비해서 국내 기사는 상대적으로 적다는 인상을 항상 받았거든. BTS는 그 버금갈 정도의 현상을 지속적으로 만들었는데 거기에 비하자면 아주 수량이 좀 적다. 호들갑 떨기 그렇게 좋아하는 이 미디어들이 왜 이럴까? 궁금증이 평소에 있어요.
And I want to acknowledge that. That's what I meant by I want to acknowledge. I don't want it to be taken out of context. The media. That's who I'm referring to. They're so quick to celebrate other people's successes, it feels like, but not yours, not y'all's. Yeah, I guess y'all's don't mean much. That's who I was referring to as y'all's people, like your people not accepted, like the media. They should be like, wow, such an accomplishment, from a group that's, here from Korea. We should acknowledge this. And they don't.
이야기예요. 기사들이 일단
BTS의 성공은 이제 어느 정도 보도가 돼요.
Somewhat.
그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 굉장히 좀 재밌는 부분이고 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지 여러 가지 이유 중에 이거 하나가 중요하다고 생각해요. 뭐냐면 BTS라는 이 현상, BTS의 미국에서의 성공, BTS의 세계적인 열풍 자체가 제도권의 시스템을 거치지 않았다는 거예요. 그래서 이 제도권을 점하고 있는 그 언론일 수도 있고 뭐 프로모터일 수도 있고 음반 회사일 수도 있죠. 이 사람들이 보기에 썩 납득이 가지 않고 유쾌하지도 않아요.
자기 힘이 입증이 안 되는 거지. 그렇게 되면.
그렇습니다.
점하고 있는 위치에서 자기 영향력이라는 게 있는데 이걸 다 거치지 않고 성공해 버렸으니까 자기 존재 이유가 없어지는 거 아니에요. 그런 맥락에서는
December 2020. For the last few years, BTS has been the face of political discourse on the revisions of South Korea's mandatory military service, even though BTS and their company have not spoken about wanting postponement or exemptions, and have insisted that they will serve when called upon. In August 2018, all major South Korean entertainment companies held a meeting to discuss petitioning the government to revise the law to allow K-pop performers to be exempt from service, in addition to the top artists, musicians, and athletes that already qualify. Big Hit Entertainment was not among the agencies, but BTS was used as the leading example for this revision. On December 22, 2020, the Ministry of National Defense announced that a revision has been made, effective June 23, 2021, where popular culture artists can postpone their enlistment until age 30, with the requirements that the individuals must have been recommended as recipients of the Order of Cultural Merit, one of the highest national honors given to artists in South Korea.
Wow.
In April 2021, 26 agencies, led by the Korean Music Content Association, filed a written objection against the revision, stating that the new law is both unrealistic and unfair. March 2021, BTS was nominated for the Best Duo Group Performance at the Grammys, which was announced during the online pre-show instead of the primetime ceremony, as it usually was in previous years. Unfortunately, they didn't take home the award, but what made fans even more upset was that the Grammys used BTS as ratings bait, teasing that BTS's performance would be quote-unquote up next, but were actually placed as the second to last performance during the 3.5-hour broadcast, and only given the time to perform an abridged performance of their song. A former managing editor for the Grammy Awards website spoke out the next day about the Recording Academy and how it pushed back on featuring BTS.
Wow.
But BTS got the last laugh. A live stream of the band celebrating after the event has so far garnered more than 13 million views, compared to the 8.8 million viewers who tuned into the Grammys. March 2021. Tops released the Garbage Pail Kids Shammy Awards illustration and cards. Unlike the other artists who were featured, BTS was depicted as being brutalized and beaten up by a Grammy trophy inside.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before.
A whack-a-mole. This isn't the first time BTS has been shunned, put down, or bullied. In February 2021, a German radio station host made racist remarks about BTS, comparing them to COVID-19, and voiced his hopes that there will be a vaccine against BTS soon. He openly cursed at them for covering a Coldplay song and said that BTS deserves a 20-year vacation in North Korea. Halsey, Max, Lauv, Steve Aoki, and more artists slammed the radio station's racism and xenophobia. The host and station maintains that it was just a joke and that folks are too sensitive. During Zach Sang's show, a member named Liam from a boy band.
Oh, that tells you everything about that radio station. And I don't ever want to wish bad upon anybody, but see how earlier when V didn't actually mean to mock another group, he was excited. He sang their song out of celebration, out of excitement. He got death threats and his response was still to apologize. That's the difference between someone as beautiful and as pure as V and then someone like the radio station who makes an horrible, ugly, nasty joke like that. And then instead of coming back after all the slander that they definitely deserved on the internet, all that hate that they got for rightful hate, I'm going to say that rightfully. Now I'm not going to say hate, wasn't even hate. It was justice, right? Bringing attention to the ugliness that you were on the radio. Their response could have been like V's and pure and beautiful and apologize and say, we're sorry. It was meant as a joke. We don't mean any harm. They told people instead they're sensitive and it was a joke. That's the difference between person A and person B. Unbelievable.
And called Forever in Your Mind made these comments.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree that they're a boy band, but at the same time, it's like the rate. I feel like it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top, and I think BTS can just live in their own. They're BTS.
Okay.
They don't. You know what I mean?
Nah, but they're like.
Like I don't
their
think
fan
that they're
base
gonna.
is so crazy. It's dude,
insane.
and it's global.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. They're really good.
I like them. They're good dancers.
I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it. I got it.
I don't even know what to call them, boys or girls, because I don't know what they are. Look at these people. Look at this one.
You don't understand what they're saying. Read the damn lyrics. Hit the CC. You see the CC button down here? Click on the music video. Hit the lyrics. If my slow reading self can read the lyrics and catch up, I know you can, but
I don't know which one he is. Look at those highlights.
That's a beautiful Jimin.
Chunky Tony and Guy mall salon highlights and the contact lenses. You are an Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
When I first heard some
Ashley, where did the accent randomly come from? Ashley, you don't need to look like a Ashley. Like she spoke perfect English until the random accent came in there.
Contact lenses. You are an Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
when I first
Yo, did y'all hear it? I know it's just not me. Yo, here's what I'm saying. BTS could take the high road. I'm not. That's why I'm here to defend them. Girl, don't lie. You know you're in love. You just don't want to admit it. Which group are you a stan of that you don't want to admit that you're in love with Jimin? I want to know. I want to know because he's still in the hearts of everybody. He stole my heart. He stole my heart. That's for sure. Y'all remember that like crazy music video? I ain't been the same since then. I think she's upset at the fact that someone shouldn't be this beautiful. It almost seems unreal. But believe me, girl, it's real. Maybe she's mad because he can pull it off. See, she talked about his hair, and she's kind of got similar hair color a little bit. Maybe she's mad that he plagiarized and stole her hair color. Like earlier, y'all remember earlier in the video where they say the different, like the coral, like orange kind of? Maybe that's what she's mad about. Maybe she's going to accuse him of plagiarism and stealing her hair idea. I cracked it. I cracked the code.
Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
Ashley.
when I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
I don't know. I think they look very nice. Oh, that is not what you were saying during the break.
How did this become a thing in Western culture?
Oh, I
where
hate
all
this
these
video.
Grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys.
I hate okay, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When I react, I saw this in a clip. I believe it was in the Rise of Bang 10. I went off on this dude. I'm not even gonna freaking lie to y'all. I cut a lot of my footage out because I just went on a rant for so long, and I didn't like when I went back and edited. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna be that ugly. I'm not gonna step to that level. I went off on this dude. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, but like the way he makes his comments about I can't remember exactly, but he involves like little girls and It was an ugly, nasty comment. I did not like it. I can't even lie. I went off. I deleted like half of it because I just hated how ugly and nasty I was also being. One day I might have to release that footage. Just, I'm not even playing, but like, I literally went off for like maybe 30 minutes and cut it and trimmed it down. I want to say it was in a Rise of Bang 10 episode. I went off. I went off and I cut it down as much as I could because I just didn't like a lot of the ugly and mean things I was saying as well, right? Two wrongs don't make a right. And I have to remember that sometimes, especially when it, like, again, BTS always takes a high road. They turn the other cheek a lot of the times, but they will defend themselves. And I just didn't see it as a moment of defending myself or defending ourselves. I just was like, you know what? He's just unintelligent. He's just, you know, maybe he's not all there. I'm just going to let that one slide. His comments said enough about him. I don't need to make certain remarks. He did it to himself. I don't have to. Like, he sounded stupid when he made the comment. I don't need to go in anymore. I'm going to let it be what it be. He said it. He can never take it back. It's on camera. Whatever, dude. I'm not even going to lie. I hated the comment he made.
Grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys.
Yeah, that right there, that comment. That's
a
racist.
Senior editor from The Economist said, "Please no," after BTS was announced as speakers at the 75th UN General Assembly. She quickly tried to backtrack, claiming it was a joke. This led to Stephen Pollard, a British journalist, to tweet this, and Anne Hegarty, a television personality, responding with, "All this about a little Korean boy band that's fundamentally not important?" So when BTS was named Entertainer of the Year by Time magazine soon after, RM said, "We're not sure if we've actually earned respect, but one thing is for sure is that people feel like, okay, this is not just some kind of syndrome or phenomenon. These little boys from Korea are doing this." BTS have always been outspoken about the injustice of racial discrimination. In the summer of 2020, they used their platform and proudly announced their support for Black Lives Matter and donated $1 million to the organization. With the recent rise and visibility of atrocities against Asians, BTS released a statement on their Twitter standing in solidarity once again. These are just a few of the countless examples of mistreatment, racism, and xenophobia that BTS has been encountering around the world throughout their storied career. It will more than likely be a continued uphill battle. As artists of color who are constantly breaking records and barriers, amassing fans, and growing in popularity around the globe, hostility and jealousy will come easily from those not afforded the luxury of such a strong and dedicated fan base. As fans who are cognizant of their journey and understand that their popularity comes from their sincerity and talent, ARMYs have a tendency to be protective, and sometimes overly so, if only because of the awareness of what BTS and ARMY are up against when fighting for fair representation.
This was a good video. It pissed me off a lot. I don't know who Michelle is, but thanks to Michelle. This video pissed me off, but I'm glad I watched it. Shout out to everybody who recommended this video. You just watch this stuff, and again, her intention wasn't to get me angry. Her intention was to bring acknowledgement to all the hate and battles that BTS has had to face over the years. But you just can't help when you care and you're passionate about something, and someone just comes and just tries to mess it all up, crap all over it, and just be negative for no reason. You get a little flustered. You get a little mad. They wouldn't like it if I came and ruined whatever it is they liked. They wouldn't. I don't know. People, I don't know. If you just keep things to yourself, you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'm not your mama. I don't need to tell you that. You know. And I'm still trying to learn that as well. Like I said, sometimes I just can't help it. My emotions get the best of me. But I'm learning. And I'm being better at it. And that's going to go to right there, ladies and gentlemen. Again, special thanks to everybody who recommended this video. Absolutely loved it. Long video. It's 30 minutes, but somehow I have an hour and 8 minutes to maybe slim down a little bit. I don't know. I kind of went on a rant there. I hope you watch. I hope you made it to the end of the video. Make sure, as always, to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.